Hey, this is OJ here, and today we're talking a bit more about Bitcoin. Now, most of you who are following me on Facebook already know that my wall is full of posts about Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin and analytics and things like that, because currently it's a bit of a craze about Bitcoin that is happening. Everyone is now finding out about the price and the fact that we have the halving coming very soon. I'm doing another video about that to explain what it is and why it's going to affect the price of Bitcoin. But the result is it's going to affect the price and it's going to go up. The rate of Bitcoin currently is already quite high. It had a slight dip in the last couple of days, but that's just a temporary trend. It's not going to continue for very long. And I know that how. I'm not an expert, let me just clear that immediately. But I read a lot of reviews and I read what the experts say, and I watch a lot of YouTube interviews and I read articles with people who are experts. So I'm following what the experts are saying, and everyone is saying that the price is going to go in the thousands. Now, the long-term prediction for many people, and I'm really not sure how did they get that figure, but for many people, the long-term prediction is that we're going to look at $10,000 per Bitcoin at some point. But in the short term, I think we're talking about 1,000, maybe 1,200 for a Bitcoin, and that is expected to be later this year. Originally, the halving was going to be in August, but I think because of the rate, the speed that Bitcoin started selling and being more and more in demand, it is now being moved to mid-July. So it will happen slightly earlier because more and more Bitcoins are being mined. Now, the price is determined by demand, of course, and the demand is higher. It's been increasing for the last couple of years more and more because more and more powerful people are kind of talking about Bitcoin. So of course other people are following. We have a lot of important people in finance that are talking a lot about Bitcoin, and influential figures like Bill Gates and Sir Richard Branson. So there are many people who really add to the whole hype of Bitcoin. And it's very important that we have this thing called halving coming very soon. Now, this is what is going to increase the price of Bitcoin, because it means that you will be getting half the amount of Bitcoins mined for the same amount of time. So that means that if the demand continues being the same, even if the demand doesn't increase, but it's being the same as it is right now, you will be getting less supply for the same amount of time that this demand is driving. So this is why it's going to increase the price, so that it can actually push down the demand a little bit. It's kind of a natural progression. It's how things work. Again, I'm not a financial expert or cryptocurrency expert. This is what I'm reading, and this is what I'm passing as a message. This is what and it's not, I didn't just read one article. I've done my research a lot. If you want to read about Bitcoin, I would say one good place to start is Coindesk. It's one of the official websites where you have a lot of information and articles, analytics and guides and many things about Bitcoin. So if you're new to Bitcoin and you need to find out about it, now this might be a little bit too tech savvy and with a lot of technical terminology and stuff like that, but it's good to read these articles because they're going to give you a very good idea about the forecasts and the predictions about Bitcoin. Another good website, I'm going to have a link of this one under my video because that's a very old blog, but it's part of a website called Bitcoin Magazine, so you can find a lot of important and helpful articles here as well. This one is from 2012, which is when the first halving occurred, and funny enough, it's actually written just a day or two before the actual event. You will find something more current, of course, but in terms of content, it's not going to be any different than that. So that article is good. I'm going to include it in the video. Another thing you can do is include some current graphs and charts of Bitcoin that you can, monitor what is going on with the price, and you can clearly see that we have a massive jump. Now what is happening, it's a bit of a speculation. Basically, many people are now aware of that halving that is due to happen in mid-July, which is a month from now, and that created kind of a rush to secure more and more Bitcoins before the actual halving happens, because everyone knows that this is when the price is going to really jump. So this jump that we saw right now, and the last couple of days, it reached 770, and now it just dipped. Today it dipped to 670. It's around there right now. This was just due to speculation. That was because there was a big rush for, a lot of people trying to buy as much as possible. That drove the price really quickly high, and then it kind of relaxed. And now I see that some articles are suggesting that this is just a, quiet before storm. Basically, the next increase will be even higher. This is why right now I'm putting all of my money into Bitcoin. I'm looking at short term right now. What is going to happen is, once that halving occurs in mid-July, the price again will jump. Now it's jumping right now, just as already in the preparations for that event, but at the very event it might not happen immediately. We might have already the price reached quite a high value that might not really jump necessarily on the actual day of the halving, or even the same week, but soon after that it will go up again quite a lot, and that will happen for a period of time. We don't know exactly how long. I'm not an expert again, but that will be it will reach a new high, and after that it will start losing momentum, and it will start going down a little bit, and it might even go down, and for a period of time, like we've seen before, quite a long periods where you have the same price and it's only fluctuating a very little bit. So that could happen. What I'm looking at in the short term is, once the price goes up and it reaches a new high, and it's, let's say, 1,000 or 1,200 or something like that, this will be a good time to sell maybe some of the Bitcoins that I've purchased. For me personally, because I've taken money from various places and even from a credit card, so I need to recover some expenses. So this will be a good way for me right now, doing it purely as on a personal level, sort of getting advantage of that jump. Of course, I'm going to keep a decent amount of Bitcoins for later on, because in the long term we are looking at another increase. And if I am to trust some of those experts that I've watched, quite a few of them, the predictions are that Bitcoin will go up to $10,000. Now this is the kind of increase that you don't get with gold or anything else. So it's one of those things that will happen maybe once or twice in your lifetime, something that can inflate so massively that it can drive such a big profit in such a short space of time. So definitely Bitcoin is one of the best things that are happening right now. And if you have any money left aside and you treat them as savings or something like that, I think this will be a very good way to maybe double that money, or if not double, at least increase it by 70%, something like that. So yes, this is why I'm advising a lot of the people who are asking me, what can I do if I've got $500 spare right now? I would say, don't put it in a ref share, don't even put it in a hype, and just put it in Bitcoin for a couple of months. After that, you can take it out if you don't really want to keep it there, and you can start working with it, but you would have made it much more than it is right now. And we're talking a space of a couple of months. You don't even have to put it in a saving account for 5 years or anything like that. Now, if you're new to Bitcoin, you will probably need to know which e-wallet to use, because you need to buy your Bitcoins from somewhere and you need somewhere to store them. Of course, you don't receive them as paper money, so you have them as digital money. and you need a payment processor, just like you would be using Payza or Perfect Money or any of the other payment processors when you work with online programs. Bitcoin is also having their own different websites that offer the same services. They operate as a payment processor, they operate as an e-wallet, so you can buy your Bitcoins from them, you can store your Bitcoins in it. It's like a bank account. It's like a digital bank account, and you have your different, I will show you the one that I'm using, and I got it from it was recommended by CoinDesk. They have here guides, so you can go and see what different e-wallets they recommend. You need a secure e-wallet, so go with a company that is quite big and well known. You don't really want to go for a company that is unknown, or you know, if you open your phone, you will see a lot of different apps that are offering Bitcoin e-wallets, but a lot of these apps might not be by very respectful or secure companies, so that's why I would go for Coinbase. Coinbase is the biggest American company, one of the biggest American e-wallets for Bitcoin, and it's really simple, very well organized. What you do when you open an account, you will have a couple of accounts already set for you. One will be your Bitcoin account, the other one will be, in my case, it's a Euro account because I'm in Europe, but if you're in America it will just be a dollar account. And what you can do is you can monitor the price of Bitcoin. You even have graphs and everything, and this will be the price that you can buy it currently. So you go here to buy Bitcoin now, and it's giving you the exchange rate. Of course, you will have set up your either credit card or debit card details or bank account, and you can choose how to send the money for this payment. If it's a credit card, it will be instant. Otherwise, you can deposit money into your dollar account, and then you can buy it internally from that account. Like currently I don't have anything in my Euro wallet, but if I had money in this Euro wallet, I can just buy it with this account. I don't have to use the card. In any case, it's very simple, and when I decide to sell Bitcoin, I sell it to them. I just go here to sell Bitcoin, and now I can choose how much I want to sell, and I will get it in euros, again because I'm in Europe. But it's really simple. There's nothing about trading or anything you don't have to worry about mining or trading or anything like that. You're basically buying it as a currency. The same way, if you're American and you need to buy something in Europe, you might want to buy euros with your dollars. So this way you buy Bitcoin. And also the good thing about Coinbase is that they have this offer here, which is basically awarding any new member $10 on their first $100 purchase of Bitcoin. So if you join it with the link that I'm gonna have below this video, you will get $10 for free. Not for free, but for when you buy your Bitcoin, when you reach $100, they will credit you $10 worth of Bitcoin. So that's free Bitcoin for you. Not one Bitcoin, but a part of it. The good thing with Bitcoin, and many people are not quite clear on that, is the fact that it costs so much does not mean that you always have to spend that much money. You don't have to buy one Bitcoin completely. You can buy a part of Bitcoin that is worth, let's say, $20. So if I want to buy $20, or let's say I want to buy 20 euros worth of Bitcoin, this is what I'm going to receive. I'm going to receive 0.03 and so on. This is the denomination that I'm buying from Bitcoin. If I want to buy Bitcoin worth of 70 euros, that means I will receive in my Bitcoin e-wallet 0.118, you know, whatever it is, 118 Satoshi or whatever they call them. So that's, you know, it's simple. It's still simple. It's not that difficult, and you don't have to worry that the price is so high. You are not obliged to be spending $500 or $600 or euros in one go. So that's about Coinbase. If you want the link, you can find it in the description of this video, and you will be awarded $10 for free. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope this is going to help you. I do urge you to do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Take my word as a advice or a hint or a tip on the shoulder, and just go and do your research and decide what do you think is going to happen. Is it worth for you to do it or not? If you follow my advice and you succeed, I'll be very happy. If you don't follow my advice and we fail and you don't fail, then I'll be very happy. If there are any signs that I'm wrong, you should be able to find them and see them for yourself. So don't just take my word for it. Do your research.